now noon. Call this meeting to order. Commissioner Holbrook, please open us in prayer.
Sir, being December, the month of Christmas, I want to read just a small excerpt from the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd Jones. No, the Bible isn't a book of rules or a book of heroes. The Bible is most of all a story. It's an adventure story about a young hero who comes from a far country to win back his lost treasure. It's a love story about a brave prince who leaves his palace, his throne, and everything to rescue the ones that he loves. It's like the most wonderful of fairy tales that has come true in real life. You see, the best thing about this story is it's true. There's a lot of stories in the Bible, but all the stories are telling one big story. The story of how God loves his children, and he comes to rescue them. It takes the whole Bible to tell this story, and at the center of the story, there is a baby. Every story in the Bible whispers his name. He is like the missing piece in the puzzle, the piece that makes all the other pieces fit together. And suddenly, you can see a beautiful picture. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this story. We thank you for putting the right pieces into the right places. We thank you for your forgiveness when we mistakenly or even purposely mess it all up. Thank you for loving us through the valleys of trials and the seasons of loneliness as much as you love us during the mountains and the moments of triumph. We ask today for healing for those that are hurting. We ask for reconciliation for relationships that have been struggling. And we ask for protection and strength to continue forward, not only for our community, but for your kingdom. We thank you for your Son, who is more than just a present or a gift to be found under a tree, but he is the light, he is the life for us to follow, adore, and worship. We wish to honor him today, tomorrow, and forever. In Jesus' name, amen.
Let us stand. Gentlemen, please uncover and salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mike.
Clerk, will you please call roll?
Judge Cheney.
Here.
Commissioner Salisbury. Commissioner Holbrook.
Here.
Commissioner Stapleton.
Here.
Next, we move to approval of minutes for November. Get a motion and a second.
In honor of our missing colleague, I'd like to say, so moved.
He'd be so proud.
Second.
Yeah, you're going to have to step up a game.
Yeah, that's
today,
right.
ain't
We got to talk today.
you? Any discussion? Clerk, will you please call roll?
Commissioner Stapleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Holbrook.
Yes.
Judge Cheney.
Yes. All right, I need to amend the agenda. I need to add the addition of bills to the submitted bills and transfers. Get a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, will you please call roll?
Commissioner Stapleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Holbrook.
Yes.
Judge Cheney.
Yes. That'll be still one line item. We'll move finance section, approval of submitted bills and transfers. Can I get a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, will you please call roll?
Commissioner Stapleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Holbrook.
Yes.
Judge Cheney.
Yes. Next, we'll move to the general section, holiday schedule 2025. Pretty much the same as last year. Get a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
No, sir.
Clerk, will you please call roll?
Commissioner Stapleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Holbrook.
Yes.
Judge Cheney.
Yes. Next, we have a Rush Off Road update. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I speak for Eric Patton, Paul Ambergy, and Michael Williams, E.L. Robinson Engineering. About a month ago, we had our final coordination meeting with the Water District and the Sewer and the Road Department, finalized everything, and we had set up a bid date, coordinating with Justin and Hunter Boyd. So bid date has been set up. And as you can see there, January 7th bid opening. We coordinated that with Hunter and wanted to have it in advance of your court meeting so that we can review the bids and come to your regular meeting at the middle of January. But project's out for bids. We're selling plans. We've got quite a few water and sewer contractors already have plans, some roadway contractors. Contract A will be for the water line and the sewer extension, and there will be a new pump station in the RV park. Contract B will be the widening of Herb Ross Road. Like I said, you can see the cost range there, and I know, Judge, you've mentioned several times, those are the budgets. If you look at each contract, that range there, if you add them two up, that's the budget, the funding that you all have, and we're giving that information to the contractors, something that hopefully they can shoot at. So it gives you the quantities of 6-inch pipe and for the water line and the force main, and the road widening, about 1 mile of roadway widening. We'll be having a pre-bid meeting we've already coordinated with the county road department, since that's close to the project area. We'll be having a pre-bid meeting on the 19th of December at 1 p.m. with contractors that want to be there, and all full steam ahead. The reason it's taken so long, engineering work's been done since summer, but if you,
It was actually September of last year.
Right.
When we submitted it.
AML has been dealing with the environmental issues. There's 3 different kinds of endangered bat that they thought lived out there, and an endangered mussel that lived in Ellington Run, and a maidenhair fern we had to bring somebody in from Lexington to prove that it wasn't there. But the environmental is what's been holding it up all these months with AML. But we did get permission, authority to award, and we moved quickly, and we'll open bids in January, and it's a good time of the year to bid a project. Contractors are looking at work for next year during the winter, so I'll be glad to entertain any questions.
I do have one question. So total AML grant was it 4.4?
4, right
Right at 4?
million.
Okay. So we're still think for all that, we're gonna fall between the 1.4 to 1.9 range, right?
Right, Judge, if you add them two up,
Oh, I see now, contract A and contract B, that's my fault.
$3.5
Yeah.
million
I got you.
construction, and there's 10% contingency in there, and then your engineering, design, and inspection. About
Okay, I got you.
$3.5 million plus 10% contingency is what the construction. So, yes, those two, when you add those two estimates up, that's the total,
That's right.
based on the $4 million AML grant that you have.
Okay. Commissioners, do y'all have any questions?
Anybody's welcome to come to the pre-bid meeting. I don't know, I'm not a lawyer about sunshine laws and all that, but you're welcome to come. I'm sure that Justin will be there at the county road garage in that big room out there. But thank you all, and we will, like I said, get the bidding on the road and everything.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, under the general section, we'll move to ER Assist update. I like your sweater.
Ugly sweater, because I'm here to talk to you about some ugly bridges.
Awesome.
Hey there, Laurel Matula, ER Assist. Got several projects going on with the county. The most recent one, the task order that you gave us, I want to bring you up to speed on and then tell you we're about to go full speed ahead on it. So I think 2 meetings ago, you gave us a task order not to exceed $100,000 to start work on evaluating the bridges. We have settled on a format. We have looked at the first 10 and have gone over some of those reports with the draft reports with the road department and emergency management, and we have a conclusion. We are going to need some grants, so it's a good thing you hired us as a grant management firm to seek some grants. Just on the first 10 that we've looked at, and we have over 100 to look at so far, and we may have more as we identify more culverts. But just on the first 10, the cost could exceed $10 million on the recommended repairs or replacements. That's the bad news.
It's not a very good Christmas present.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Hence the ugly Christmas sweater.
Boxing
And
Day.
this is a good one too. This is as ugly as it gets. It's got peppers, a bell, yeah, a llama, yeah. So the good news is that there are grants out there, and we're going to go after them. One of them is the State Priority Bridge Grant Program, and that is something that the road foreman is sitting in on a class on December 17th. And so once he finishes that class on December 17th, we can submit for that. That's a first come, first served grant. So on December 18th, we hope to have our proposal submitted. And they do have quite a few hoops on that one, so we're hopeful that that first come, first serve means that we have everything together and we will be the first served, or one of the first served. There's only $50 million to go around the whole state, and so we want to have our projects up there. So far, of the ones that the engineering crew looked at, there were 3 that were rated poor, P-O-O-R, fair, great, average, good, fair. There's 3 poor. 1, we're going to submit a grant for. 1, and I'll have full reports in our next session. They're just in draft right now, and we needed the engineer to make some edits before we presented those and had those become a public record. 1, we know we're going to submit for a grant. 1, I'd like to bring to your attention to consider an action to close. And then 1, I think that the road department can do some repairs on. All of them will require some action. And so I'll start with perhaps the easiest one to close. And that's on Midland Trail behind Big Reds. Am I saying behind Reds? And maybe I'll let you speak a little bit, but it is poor, rated poor, and it would cost over $500,000 to repair or replace. The engineer doesn't recommend putting any money into it because there are other options.
Do you all know where that one's at?
What bridge is it?
Right behind, like, yeah,
road from Show Street to Goodwill.
runs right behind,
Red's Place. And
yeah. So we've actually talked about this one before, a couple
Judge
times. It's
Creek
been
to
brought
Bridge.
up.
Okay, that's where you turn into like that little, right there beside the potato chip place.
Yeah.
a little bit closer to 60.
Okay, they're there, okay.
So Davey and I, we've talked about this one before, went out there and looked at it, and this was a couple years back even. I think a recommendation to close it is probably a good one, definitely. I don't know that it's worth the money to repair. I think taking the bridge out, putting a cul-de-sac or something at the end where we can get trucks to turn around or whatever we need to do. Because really when you're looking at distance of travel, it's a convenience road more than anything, instead of going out on 60. So you're less than 1,000 feet from the red light to make a left to come up and turn on the same road. It's kind of a little cut through. I don't know that it's worth $500,000 of taxpayer money to repair.
Justin, when we looked at those intersections on that
Leave it like a walking bridge?
transportation study that they did, was the intersection where they exited that's not the light, the exit that that road, was that a problem?
That one wasn't, no.
Okay.
Yeah, this is on the backside of that.
But Shopes Creek was. I'm just saying, like, if that road doesn't exist and it's diverted just to Shopes Creek traffic-wise, all right.
Commissioner Stapleton, we could just put up Jersey barriers on either end, and it could be a walk bridge then.
I see people walking through there as a reason.
Yeah, it's a liability issue.
Yeah.
But I think I can talk to the engineer and confirm. I think if we just block it off and prevent roadway travel, we don't necessarily need to demo it. We actually want to keep the piers in place so we'll hold the creek, the slope in place.
Maybe that's the best route anyway, you know. That's pretty awesome. Okay, yeah. Good idea, Randy. I mean, Commissioner Stapleton.
I see people that work over there walking through there.
Yeah, no, I think
Okay.
I like
Yeah, so
it.
you don't have to walk on
Shoot
the
for that. Let's
interstate.
talk to the engineer about that, maybe just putting up barriers and
Great.
can't traverse cars through there.
The other two, we're gonna, Straight Creek, I'll when the report is finalized, I'll submit to you, and we'll submit it for the grant on December 18th. But the several that will require repairs, so not replacements, not ones that we know we will need to bid out. As the engineer spent 4 hours today with the road department, several hours with me yesterday, it became apparent that we will be spending a lot of money if we contract out repairs. And some of those repairs are not grant worthy, meaning if it's $20,000 in repairs, you will end up spending $20,000 for us to seek a $20,000 grant. But the road department can do those repairs.
Is this why he
Smiling.
called me with a Christmas list earlier?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So the engineer went through and said, we took a tour of the shop, and he said, if you have these types of items, you can do this work. But we also need people to do that work. So there's my Christmas present to you. I'll need a.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of that work includes removing debris out of the bridges so that we reduce our flooding. So then that ties into all of our other grants as well.
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of those things that you don't even think twice when you're driving, right? Like it's a bridge, right? No big deal. And it's something that, obviously, having this brought to our attention, I can't remember the last time the court, I don't know if anybody else can, the last time the court went through and actually done bridge inspections, besides weight ratings on them. You know, I don't know the last time we actually had an engineer look at inspections on a bridge. So, for all bridges,
I think every 2 years, yeah.
but including county bridges, right? Including county bridges as well? Okay.
Over 20 feet, and that's just like the bare minimum. What the review that we've done is take the state data, we're not reinventing the wheel there, and adding on, hey, we could do these 6 simple things and make our state rating better, or hey, we need to do these 7 things, or we know there's a grant for this, this, and that. So we're just identifying problems, simple solutions, and then harder solutions as well.
Okay.
So right now, that's just a bug in your ear. But as we seek the grants, we could actually do that work with force account. So if we purchase equipment, we would come back with that once we got our first grant potentially. That equipment would be paid for by those grants. But there is equipment we need to look at purchasing in the near future.
Okay.
Once the bridge review list that by the engineer is complete, the road department's going to take a look at each one and see what they can do on each bridge, even if it's just cleaning the drain holes, because once the county receives that list, we have that list.
Right. Well, that makes sense. We can do that.
And then the engineer is also going to look at incorporating best practices in our road repair manuals. So then we will have that for FEMA for our repair standards, meaning FEMA will pay, or other grants will pay what our standard is versus what may be the cheapest repair.
That makes sense.
Other than that, we have money coming in, maybe not each month still, but we still have some money coming in from FEMA. The ice storm, we expect our final ice storm payment, remember that? To be paid within 6 to 12 months. So that's how far back FEMA and KYM are now. But
Again, that's why the line of credit was
is
put in
in
place.
sight. And they've held out 10% on those projects. So know that, it has been a long road, but we are getting there.
Okay.
With the task order on the bridges, I think there was a question on what's a bridge and what's not a bridge, and that's a good question. But we are going to do as many structures as that task order allows us. We'll take it down to culverts if we can.
Okay.
We'll tie it into flooding, flood risks, and any grants that we can procure.
No, it's something that needs to be done, really. It needs to be gone through and looked at, make sure you know, it's like those 3 bridges. I mean, we wouldn't know if it wasn't for this unless the state would have notified us whenever they do their inspection, so.
I think there's something in human nature, like we all can understand a pothole, but maybe we don't all understand what goes into a bridge, so we just assume it's all good.
Yeah,
But you know, each flood tears at those bridges.
yeah.
And or deposits debris. I mean, how many trees do we have down still from the ice storm in our creeks? Well, then that causes the water to flow a different direction, and it's like pinball. So instead of the water flowing this way, maybe flowing this way, but that then is scouring out behind the bridge pier, and that's no good.
All
so,
bad.
Yeah, all bad. So so there are some things like we don't need to replace every single bridge in the county, but we do need to do a concerted maintenance effort and then seek money for some replacements.
So how long till you get the report?
We'll have the first report finalized before your January meeting, probably in the next 2 weeks. We do have 2 projects that we're going to be putting out for bid prior to the next meeting, and then asking for your approval of the selected, and that's that's South Big Run and Orange Street over Hoods Creek. Little Hoods Creek? Yeah, okay. I have a mental block on that one. And those are both, together, they're about $1.8 million. And we only have until April 15th to complete that work, so it'll be very fast-paced.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, let's get that report and let's dive into it. We really appreciate you very much.
Excellent.
For having me.
Thank you.
And see you next time.
That's
All right, thank you.
I have a January sweater. Like New Year's.
Yes, you
Dig
have.
it. I dig it.
All right. Next, we'll move on to transparency, community development update. Casey?
All right. So my update this month is just to say thank you for a great year, and thank you to all our volunteers and sponsors and everybody that pitches in to make all of our events and things happen. Things that we have hosted and events that we've hosted this year have been a civic group luncheon. We all met together and talked about different things happening within our community. The bunny hop with Camp Landing, Paws in Bloom at the Animal Shelter, Touch a Track, Longest Day of Play, Snow Cones and Sun Catchers Repair Fair, and the Fall Hayride. We've also participated in 3 career days, 2 different teacher appreciation events, Ready Fest for back to school, and various parades and festivals throughout the community. We have also updated playground equipment and the dedication of Shelter House 3 to Marathon in Armco Park. We now have a wiffle ball field in Armco at Shelter 7. That's also been torn down, and they're working on remodeling that. That's going to be brand new, similar to how 3 is, a new shelter house. We're working on getting new playground equipment there and all kinds of fun stuff. We also dedicated the Westwood Park to honor Bill Grizzle. It is now the Bill Grizzle Memorial Park. So we had lots of good things happen this year. We can't wait to see what happens next year. It takes a village to make those things happen. So everybody that has pitched in any way, we appreciate you and thank you, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda, added this is animal shelter update, kind of let everybody know where we're at. The heat has been repaired, toasty 70 or 60-some degrees in there right now. You know, I know there's been, you know, I had a video go out. Fact of the matter is, and I'll say it again, we do need help. We need volunteers. We need help in moving these animals. We do have animals that have been in this location. Well, we have animals in there that was at our last shelter over 2 years. Some of these over a year and a half, somewhere in there. 2 years, these animals have been in there. You know, we need help. We need to get these animals out of there. We need to move them. We've got our kitchen area, I believe, has got animals in them. Our office space have animals in them. The foyer area, when you walk in, has got a little dog running around. I mean, we need help. On average, we have 25 calls a day. To roughly somewhere in there for new animals to take, and we don't have any room for them to go. Bottom line is we are a shelter, but we have a maximum capacity in which we can house these animals and take care of them. So, as far as the cleanliness situation, shelter was getting cleaned daily, but sometimes the timing of, community work program, the inmates, they're busy doing other tasks as well. So the timing sometimes would be, later than what was normal. But it was getting cleaned daily, and we've actually worked with Mr. Hensley here, and we have found a way to have multiple cleanings a day. Bill, do you want to touch on that at all, or kind of what we discussed the other day in the office?
So we have two different pools. We have the community work program, and then we have the actual inmate work program, which is inmates that are leveled out where they can go out and work. But even though they have to go out and work, they have to have a deputy with them. So the community work program, it's mostly Monday through Friday. We do have some people that work on the weekend, but very limited. But they come in and as an alternate sentence, they come out and do community work. But it's a variety of how many people we have that day in different tasks. So they've been going out there. But we've been supplemented with the inmate work crew. During the winter time, they have a little bit more time because they cut so much grass during the summertime. But they've been going out and hitting it and cleaning it. The inmates actually, that's their favorite place to go and work is the shelter. But we're looking at putting together a new crew, another inmate crew. We have the state workers on males and just assigning them. They would be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'd have to let them off on Monday and Tuesday and supplement that with other crews, and they would just be there for 8 hours just to assist with the shelter, cleaning, and trying to take the animals out, give them a little time out. So we're putting together a crew just for there. So
when we was out there that night, seeing the interaction there was pretty amazing. I mean, it really was. They enjoyed being there. They was interacting with the animals, and it was great all the way around. So I know that there has been issues and problems. Those problems are solved. We're moving forward. We're going to resolve them and plug all the holes and take care of what we need to take care of. So again, just ask for your help. Adopt a dog. We've had over 48 volunteers sign up so far on the volunteer sheet. That's a lot. Now, there should be 300 or 400 volunteers we should see on that list of people that have said they would be interested in volunteering. So I encourage you to sign up for the volunteer list, and we'll be in touch with you, and we'll set up dates to come out and help and times. So really appreciate everybody on this, and we're going to take care of it, and we're going to get it dialed in. Commissioners, you all have anything you'd like to say on that front?
We appreciate people being an advocate for the things that matter. It takes courage sometimes to speak against things that bother you. It takes more courage to be a part of the solution. And it's easy to point at things. It's harder to put some gloves on. And so we are very much appreciative for those who not only were bothered by things, but more so put on boots and said, we want to be a part of this answer. And so for those of you who have filled out the volunteer form, for those of you who have called and said, how can I help? Deeply, we say thank you. We are looking forward to where we have so many people that have signed up for a different shift that we find new ways to serve the animals. I look forward when it gets a little bit warmer. We have students taking them for walks. We figure out creative ways to partner with our civic groups and our school groups who want to help this. Sometimes problems awaken us. And this is one of those situations where, okay, community, it's okay to be upset. What's not okay is to stay upset. And so let's figure this out together and find some solutions. And again, we're so thankful for those who have volunteered to serve. It's going to make us better and stronger. So thank you guys tremendously much.
Well said.
Good job, Randy. And a few words down there. All right, next we'll move on to community comment. Mike, I just need to put a section in here for you, buddy.
Oh, you did?
I'm
Thank
going to. That's what I need. We're gonna have that from now on. I'm just gonna have Mike. We have Mike's section right there.
Okay.
I love it.
This is short and to the point. Saturday, we were at I was at the Veteran Cemetery. We put out 2,008 wreaths.
Wow.
Now, and me and Frank talked about it. They were thinking by Memorial Day this year, next year rather, they'll probably be putting it. It'll go to 2,050. And I'm gonna tell you something. This old man froze his butt off. It was cold. Yeah,
Well, we
I'm
appreciate you.
serious.
We
Huh?
really do.
Appreciate
We
you.
appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
A lot of wreaths.
As we wind down the holiday season, just want to kind of give you an update because it is very busy at the mission. So one of the neat things, so at Thanksgiving time, when we start taking applications in October, I think this year, I think I might have had 50 between turkeys and hams. And so at the end, we had 364 people that had signed up for Thanksgiving baskets. I never know how we're going to get the meats. I never know where they come from. But we had business folks came and donated money and also turkeys and hams. We had individuals that brought stuff, grocery stores. When it was all said and done, and so we had one lady right at the very end. She had came maybe 5 minutes on that Wednesday before we were getting ready to close. She wasn't in her area, but she'd been in the hospital and wasn't able to sign up. And she waited around, and at 3 o'clock, she asked if there was anybody who hadn't picked up their basket. And it just shows you how bad she needed it. At the same time that she's in my office asking me that, some lady called on the phone. She had signed up for a Thanksgiving basket and said she wasn't going to be able to come in and pick it up, but wanted to know if we could find somebody to give it to. And that's how things work. And so at the end of that day, there were 6 canned hams left in our refrigerator. No turkeys, no turkey breasts, no hams. So we always get exactly what we need to help folks. Just amazing. And so we move on from Thanksgiving, started our Christmas store this last Tuesday, and that's where we save up all the Christmas items we get all year long. And we also get a lot of donations of brand new toys, other new items, like new items. And so we sell Christmas trees for $5. We sell brand new toys for $2.50, other new items, electronics. Selling big screen TVs for $5 that we get donated all year long. And so as of yesterday was our 4th day of the store. We had sold over 4,000 items and had over 500 shoppers. Every day we're pulling tickets to give away brand new bikes that were donated to us. And so then we also have our Christmas present program that's going on where parents can sign their kids up to get Christmas gifts, just like the Giving Tree, but we take care of western part of Boyd County, so all of Westwood and our other area. So we've got over about 250 kids that signed up for that. But the other thing we do is we do for homebound seniors. They can sign up for Christmas gifts. And so we have over 200 senior citizens that will get Christmas gifts that are homebound. So Grandview Manor, we take care of them, Unity Square, and the seniors at Glalo and Bruce, and then all over the rest of the county that we deliver food to that are homebound. So all that's going on, and then of course we're able to do that a lot because of our work placement program that we have. So we got folks in training to get stabilized, get ready to go to school, and to get work. And so far we've had 28 folks that were homeless that we were able to help get stable housing. We've had 15 that have passed their driver's permit test, 13 passed their driver's license exam. We've had 14 people that have received donated vehicles. Yesterday I was at the clerk's office, and we had 2 vehicles that got donated yesterday to us. And then a guy that got the auto connection there on 29th and Winchester who wants to help do things for our work placements who don't have vehicles. So we're going to do some kind of matching program with United Way to be able to help even more people get vehicles. We've also helped a couple people get expungements. We've had 9 pass their peer support certification, and our next one, he got hired by Pathways. He starts January 2nd. We've had 33 that have earned their GED. We've had 41 that have qualified for a paid work study. 66 have started college, 21 with those already graduating. and 161 people have been hired out of our program. So by end of next year, when I come here, we'll have over 200 people that have went to work and have good paying jobs that are no longer getting government assistance. And then we've had 7 people that have become homeowners, people that have come through our program, have stabilized, have budgeted, have saved money, have good jobs, and they're able to afford and buy their own home. And so just a huge thank you for the support that we get. It makes all this that we do possible to help change people's lives.
You should be proud of what you do every day. Truly, that's amazing. It's great to hear those stats.
Yep. Love it. That's good.
Let's see. Community comment, anyone else? Right. Move on to new business. Commissioners, do y'all have anything? Oh, I do, don't I? I need to clarify the last court meeting, talk about purchase of land. And we purchased of land behind Camp Landing, I think not to exceed $3 million is what it was. The purchase of that land depends on the appraisal that we are currently getting right now. So once that appraisal comes back, we'll know a value. The county is not allowed to essentially purchase land for higher than what an appraised value comes back. So the appraised value has to match or be lower than what that's our purchase price essentially. So I just want to make sure that was clarified. Do you all have anything? Nothing, Randy?
Nothing to say. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I like it. All right. Next court meeting will be January 14th, 2025. Hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
No discussion. All right. Thank you all very much.